Guys, I'm back with another video. As you can see from the title of the video, this is what the video is going to be about. Essentially why I changed my major about a million times, or why I just changed my career in general. Okay, so I graduated high school in 2017, and I was actually under the impression that I was gonna be a dancer. That's just honestly something that I really wanted to do. But just to give a whole backstory on that, I did not started seriously training until my sophomore year of high school, where I actually started like serious training in ballet. And how old are you when you're a sophomore year? About like 15, I think 15, 16, 15, don't really remember the age. So that's honestly, that's kind of late for, or they call it late, to be starting ballet. So obviously, technique wise, I was really behind, but I didn't care because it was something that I really wanted to do. While in high school, I was enrolled in a dance program. You essentially had dance for 2 periods or 2 blocks, whatever you want to call it, a day. You had it like in the morning time, and it was just a program. I mean, don't really get into detail. It's just like it was a program, like this little dance program, a magnet school, whatever. But so I did that, and like I said, I also didn't start seriously training until my sophomore year. I was dancing 6 days a week, and that was including Saturdays. Sundays were my only days where I didn't do anything. So as you can see, that would take a toll on somebody's, physically take a toll on somebody's body. So why I'm just talking about that, because it's gonna go into the whole story about the whole dancing thing. Because I mean, I did have a video here. Don't recommend watching it. But so I did that 6 days a week. Like I said, that took a toll on my body fast. So I did already have problems in. Oh, let me go back. Let me just go back. We're gonna go back. I don't mean to make this video long. Okay, so just to get a simple rundown on what I'm saying, I didn't start, not professionally, I didn't start seriously training until the age of 15. So literally up until I can say third grade all the way up until about like middle, yeah, okay, up third grade all the way up until middle school, I did not do anything but practice majorette in jazz style dancing. So I never did anything like not jazz, I didn't do anything like contemporary, lyrical, modern, didn't do any of that until like high school. Well, eighth grade. I have danced practically my whole entire life, but it was just taking a toll on me, so I ended up having to go to physical therapy. This is why I'm getting to that. Because of my knees and my hips, they were really weak, and I have something called patellofemoral syndrome. So yeah, so this is getting to my whole main point of everything. Like I said, okay, say now, hey, Haley's a senior now, and obviously have dreams of dancing in college. And my dream school at the time was Troy, and I was just gonna apply for a dance program there. So some things happened financial wise immediately, even with a couple of scholarships, financial aid and student loans. I was still going to be short, and I didn't want to put a burden on anyone. My mom didn't want her to pay for anything out of pocket, didn't want her to do any of that. So I said, okay, that's fine. I mean, I'm going to stay home for 2 years, and I'm going to honestly become a stronger dancer. So while staying here for 2 years, I just went to a local community college, and it sucked. College sucked, but I was like, oh hey, I kind of want to do physical therapy. Like, I want to be a physical therapist assistant. And I felt like that because while I was in physical therapy, there was a physical therapist. She was like, oh no, you don't need to dance anymore, your body is this, blah 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 blah. Understand, like, when I say, I mean, of course, a teenager hearing that, you're just like, yeah, okay, whatever, don't care. And like I said, that caused problems. As I mean, I'm only 23, but that has caused problems as I've gotten older. So like I said, if I would have listened then and maybe cut down on dancing, then yeah. So I was like, well, I had the mindset, I was like, hey, I want to be a physical therapist simply because of the fact that, like, I want to be able to give these athletes hope. Essentially, like, this, you can do this for them. It was just a crazy logic. I just wanted to give people hope, athletes. To a local community college for about 2 years, and I continued to dance. And this is where I ran into a problem. Physical therapy, that was not going to be for me, and I feel like I knew that deep down that was not for me. But that wasn't for me. long story short, that was not for me, and I was miserable, didn't like it, and it was honestly school work. Okay, so I was working and I was in school and I was still taking classes, so that was not ideal, and that was a lot. And at the time, I didn't have any major bills either, so it wasn't like a ooh terrible. So it just wasn't working out for me school wise. I was miserable. I hated it. Yeah, so I took a semester off, but before that, I mean, my hours got cut anyways at work because we got a new manager. Whatever, he cut my hours down to like 9 hours a week, and I was only getting paid, I think, 9.25 or 9.75 an hour. That's not even $100 a week. So I ended up getting another job in another place. And it's like, okay, well, hey, this is a whole lot going on. Like I said, it was taking a toll on me. So I was like, well, I'm just going to take a step back from school since I know this isn't something I really want to do right now. And I'm just going to focus on dancing. So I did that. I just decided to just focus on dancing. And like I said, I went from only making $9 an hour, and I think nine something dollars an hour, to making $13 an hour. And at the time, I was like, that was, I mean, obviously, I didn't have any major bills, and that was a lot to me. It was a step. It was a step. So I was able to have a lot more dance classes. Like I said, when my hours got cut and I was only making $9 an hour, um, realistically speaking, if you want to become a strong dancer, if you want to have some type of career in it, you're gonna at least need to be taking 3 or 4 classes a week. And at that time, I was only taking about one. I think I ended up only being able to afford 1 class per week. So yeah, but long story short, the place that I was taking classes at, that I had been taking classes at since like 2014, 2015, not really remember, my sophomore year, completely fell in love with the place. Everyone, they were like extremely nice. It was just a great environment. I loved it. So I honestly felt like I was gonna try to. I just like threw Troy on the back burner. I was like, I don't really care about that. I want to try to do something here, at the studio, do something. Obviously, where we are now, that's completely different. But like I said, I mean, I loved it. I did not start point until 19 going on 20. I mean, I was taking an intro to point class at 19, but I didn't actually start point until 20. That's like far. That's really late in the dancers world, in the ballet world. That is really late. So, like I said, obviously technique wise was not. Like I said, when you're people, I feel like something that's not widely talked about, especially in the dance world, but I'm gonna say especially in the ballet world, it's like the mental toll, the mental and physical, like the toll. I'm gonna say the mental and physical toll that it takes on you, that it takes on your body, that it takes on your mental health. That's something that is not talked about. And approaching this, like everything, I don't want to say everything started going downhill, but I was just like nowhere where I felt like I needed to be. And I was trying extremely hard. I mean, going home and still working on things in the studio. It was just like I felt like I wasn't getting anywhere, or at least where I wanted to be. And I know that that takes hard work, but it was just like, I guess it was a lot on me because and when you're taking ballet, you just know that there's always room for improvement. And if you're not, if there's no struggle with ballet, then obviously you're not doing it right. That's the whole dancer ballet's logic to that. But it was just a lot on me, whether this is like, okay, hey, I want to be here, 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 or even when it come to things, you're like, okay, well, I'm getting older. And then when you're seeing people you want to be like, I'm not talking about like shape wise or anything like that, but you're just seeing people who you want to be like, and it just honestly plays with you mentally. It does. It was a struggle mentally, because I even picked up another class which was with one of the company dancers. I don't know if she was a principal dancer, but she was amazing and completely understanding, gave me lots of words of encouragement. A lot of times people do have to take a step back from ballet to learn to love it again, because it does, like I said, it takes a toll. God, it does. It takes a toll. It takes a toll on you mentally. 285 a month on dance classes, and that was not including um, point shoes. Point shoes are a killer. So yeah, that's a lot. But also, to around this time, boom, it's like we hit the pandemic. The pandemic just started. Was it 2020? I think it was 2020. Or was it 2019? I don't really remember when. 2020. January 2020. Okay, so when the whole pandemic started, you know, that was a, like I said, in the dance world, I felt extremely terrible, especially for company dancers who get paid. I mean, they took a hard hit because there were no classes and a lot of stuff. Shows were canceled. So taking classes from home was it was terrible. It was just terrible, and we were doing that for months, and it was just terrible. So I was like, well, I'm gonna take a step back from that, but not just because of it was terrible, but it was just like I needed a mental break from ballet. I really I don't know what just hit me randomly that day. I was like, for some reason I missed school. Don't know how I got across that. I ended up missing school. Like I said, don't know why, but I ended up missing school. And I was like, okay, I know that this institute is not for me, but I was like, well, I do want to look into nursing because if you know one thing about me, I am big on babies, like pediatrics. I am big on kids. I am really big on the woman's body. I love it. So I was like, okay, I'm leaning towards a labor and delivery nurse. So I researched a little bit of things, and I was just like, okay, that's a whole lot. That is a whole lot. That's a lot of responsibility. So I was like, I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna really think about it because I was actually gonna apply for a nursing program, but so, and like literally, I swear, I was at work one day and I was like, sonography. I was like, ultrasound. And it was the craziest thing. It just hit me. So I did a whole lot, whole lot of, when I say a whole lot, I did a lot of researching before I tried to find a program near me. I did a lot of research before I did it because obviously, you know, people make it seem like all butterflies. Ooh, scanning babies. Ooh, da da da. I mean, no, we knew that was not. I knew that was not it. Just because of all the research that I was doing, and I know that's equal to stress. I did pick back up this. Oh, I said that wrong. So last January to May. Well, actually, it's January to July. That's when I was still dancing, and then I stopped because it was just like I knew that sonography and that was something that I really wanted to do, and I just felt like I've never desperately wanted something so bad in my life, and I think that's what was just like boom. So I stopped. I stopped. I stopped dancing just because not only, like I said, it was taking a toll on me mentally, but because I wanted to put all my focus on school. So yeah, just wanted to shed light because a lot of the times, or especially people my age, just like, oh my god, we're stressing because we don't know what we want to do with our lives, and we're young, and there are people that are in their 50s are just realizing what they want to do. So I'm just saying all of this, gave you just my story, just to, I'm gonna say, to try to dabble in a little bit of everything, just to get you. I'm not gonna say to get you like out there, but just so you know that what you really want to do, and also not discouraging any dancers. It's just something that I couldn't do mentally anymore. Like I said, ballet is really, 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 really hard. People just look at it like, oh, she's just spinning on the stage, just twirling. No, it was hard. And I love a challenge, and it was hard. And I love that. I'm gonna say I love that it was hard, but I can manage the technique wise of it being hard, but it's just mentally I couldn't do it anymore. It was just a lot mentally. So just go for whatever you want to do whatever, whatever makes you happy. Don't do anything for the money, or don't do anything because somebody else is doing it. Just like literally just do things for you and for you only, because at the end of the day, like, this is your dream, this is your life, you're taking control of it. And yeah, so we're done with this video. Sorry it was long, don't worry, I'm gonna cut out a lot of stuff, but Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next Thursday.